I worked at a convenience store. I'm not allowed to say the name, of course, but it added up to 18. And my carry the one. My favorite story from there is that one time this guy came in. You know those hot dogs from the front of the store? The ones they've been in the same rotation for the past 11 years, right? And they're like 10 for a dime, basically. Just real quality. Nobody's even looked at them. They're on there. They're sweating. They're not exercising, but they're sweating, absolutely. Anyhow, this guy comes in. He says, "Yeah, I'll have 2 hot dogs. Can I have 2 hot dogs?" What? Sir, I don't even think those are for sale. I think they're just a conversation piece, and the conversation is, who the hell eats this shit? Well, I think you gotta sign a release. I gotta call my manager. We gotta sign off some paperwork, turn keys at the same time, and we don't even have any buns. We are really not prepared for this at all. That was a fun job. I worked at an elementary school. I was a teacher. That was pretty good being a teacher. Oh, really? You guys are teachers? Wow, a noble profession. I don't know how you do it. That's, wow. They've, Student of the Month bumper stickers, so it's pretty popular now. I actually saw one the other day, though. It said, "My son is a good citizen at West Elementary School." Wow, we have really lowered the bar for bumper sticker distribution in this country. My God, used to have to be an honor student, student of the month. Now it's like, well, he didn't blow up the school this year, so we gave him a sticker. He's a good citizen. He's not a great citizen, he's a good citizen. We've had better citizens, but what are you gonna, I bet you there's not even a ceremony for the good citizen sticker. They're like, all right, Billy, you're the student of the month, congratulations. The rest of you zeros, grab a good citizen sticker on the way out. Try not to eat them this time, you morons. My elementary school teacher was crazy. I was nice. I never made a big deal out of the scissors. My teacher would go crazy. Remember those art class scissors? She would go banana. Don't remember the scissors. For the love of God, kids, don't remember the scissors. And do you remember the scissors? They couldn't cut Jell-O. Honestly, I got worse wounds from the brown paper towels. Remember the brown paper towels? You start off with a runny nose, wind up with a bloody nose? Yeah, those are delicate. I'd rather wipe my nose on an oak tree. There's less bark in an oak tree. But the scissors, she was so scared. Don't run with it. She would hide them in her desk drawer, lock the bottom drawer to protect us from the scissors, which was brilliant, of course, except for the fact that in the back of the room, she would leave that giant paper cutter. Yeah, you could behead a cow with that thing. Oh, that's right, lady. Hide the safety scissors. Leave that portable guillotine out for everyone to play with. Don't run with the scissors. Don't run with the scissors. But climb the ropes. That's fine. That's fine. Were they crazy? Don't run in the hallways. Instead, climb 950 feet straight in the air. Yep, when you get to the top there, you're going to be exhausted. What you want to do then, just slide down so fast there's fire shooting out of your hands. Yeah, some asbestos will sprinkle from the ceiling. That'll keep you from completely igniting. What's that, honey? You're afraid of falling? Do not worry about falling. We've taken precautions. That's right. We've laid down some thin blue mats. Were those there to break your fall so the cops could draw a chalk outline around your dead body, roll you up, and drag you out of there? And then as a special treat for the boys only, at the bottom of the rope, we're going to tie a big fat knot so that when you land, we will make sure you never have kids in this school. Absolutely. People used to Christmas carol in my neighborhood. They would come to my house, even though we were clearly Jewish. Clearly, because we were the only house in the neighborhood that didn't have a giant Santa on the lawn, a blow-up Santa. We didn't have that. We had a giant Neil Diamond on our lawn. And he would sing Love on the Rocks every half hour on the half hour. And old Jewish women would come from miles around to pay tribute to him and his hairy chest. Oh, My favorite one that they would sing at our house, they would come by and they would do, "We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas," which is very nice, and we don't celebrate Christmas, but they also wished us a Happy New Year, so I appreciated that. But then at the end, if you remember, they get really greedy. They're like, "Now bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some figgy pudding, now bring us some figgy pudding." I'm like, "Figgy pudding? What figgy pudding? We won't go until we get some, we won't go until we get some." I'm like, guys, you gotta call ahead for figgy pudding, okay? It's a pretty obscure dessert. What do you think, I got figgy pudding on the boil 24 hours a day? No figgy pudding. Got some figgy Newtons. Will they suffice? Fig Newtons. Let me tell you a little story. When I was a kid, you could only get figs in your Newtons. And I'm proud of them because they've turned the Newton industry on its ass. I am so proud of them because you could only get figs, which is I give them credit for that. That's a pretty bold move to dedicate your entire product line to the fig of all fruits. I've never seen a fig outside of a Newton in my life. A fig could walk down those steps right now and I'd be dumbfounded. Who are you? Oh, you're a fig. Okay, easy, fig. I didn't recognize you without your cookie covering, but I know who you are now. You're more than welcome. I don't discriminate against any dried fruit, whether it be apricot or prune. I don't care. You come, you sit, there's beer in the fridge. But the fig. But then some guy, the head of the Newton business, I think he must have taken over and wanted to, change things around a little bit, take over from the old guy, the old guard, and he called everybody together in a similar hall to this, probably called everybody together. You better be there too. If you don't show up, don't bother coming into work on Monday. This guy got up there and he said, "From now on, from this day forward, anything we can grind up and shove inside a Newton, let's do it!" Here's another thing that Bill Gates will never experience again, because he's too wealthy, he's insulated. 6 Fridays ago, when I tell you what happened, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'd commemorate that every Friday." I found a $20 bill in an old coat. A 20. A 20. Made my weekend. My plans changed. But what a feeling. Oh my gosh. Like I said, my plans changed. No, not drastically. Not drastically. I still went to Chipotle Mexican Grill, which is my Friday night ritual. It's where I welcome the Sabbath. But here's how it changed. I brought my best friend, paid for him, baller. And to answer your follow-up question, yeah, we both got guacamole. Unprecedented. Unprecedented. I never get the guacamole. I've ordered it, but then when she says guacamole is $2 extra, I immediately start backtracking. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was being impetuous. I don't know what I was thinking. I got caught up in the moment. There's no reason for me to get I'll just thank you. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right. Can we never mention this again? And then she says, "Mention what?" And we share a laugh. There's also part of you that thinks, what am I wearing that she thinks I can't cover the guac? What kind of vibe am I giving off? She doesn't mean to be condescending, but isn't it implicitly condescending for somebody to look at you and decide that $2 might be a deal breaker? Guacamole is $2 extra. Do you want to call your bank, maybe? You want to check your balance because guacamole is $2 extra. By law, by Mexican food law, they have to tell you that guacamole is $2 extra. It's part of the Condiment Surcharge Disclosure Act of 2007, where they have to tell you guacamole is $2 extra. And usually, I don't get it. But because I found a 20, she told me it was $2 extra. I didn't bat an eyelash. I had walked in there with such a vibe, like I was giving off like a confidence bordering on arrogance, like almost, not arrogant, but on the cusp of arrogance. And I looked at her, she says, it's $2 extra. I looked at her as if to say, yeah, why don't you let me worry about my finances? Why don't you just grab a melon baller and start scooping guacamole into a ridiculously small container? Why don't you let Gary Gulman worry about Gary Gulman? I'm Gary Gulman.